So coming off a video that I just did recently for the 5 best and available 100 proof bourbons, it got me thinking, let's maybe go down to 90 proof. Let's see what we can get from a value to flavor standpoint and give you guys, I guess, in my opinion, maybe the best available 90 proof bourbons on the market today. This list is going to consist of really no order. This is just going to be 5 or so 90 proof bourbons that I think are probably worthy of having at your home or at your bar, either from a sipping standpoint and or, utilizing for cocktails and things along those lines. So again, this is admittedly for probably newer or kind of beginners for bourbon, or somebody who just looks for a really nice, easy, simple pour, whether it's every evening or however often it is you are. Again, drink responsibly, of course. But again, 90 proof can still offer up a nice little pour if it's just something you're looking for to kind of get you through the week, or something you're not looking for the big high proof bourbon. So I wanted to put this list together, and you can give me your list of 5 best and available 90 proof bourbons, but this will be mine here for you guys today. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way right away. With Buffalo Trace Distillery, again, whether these are necessarily available to you, this is going to be a 90 proof category from Buffalo Trace Distillery that gives you a little bit of kind of everything. So you've got your standard Buffalo Trace, you've got the Eagle Rare 10-year, and you've got your Weller Special Reserve. All of these, again, 90 proof. Availability can be very sporadic with these in terms of them even landing in your area or having to get them directly from the distillery. But from an overall flavor profile for 90 proof, this gives you essentially 3 kind of different profiles, at least 2. These 2 may be more similar than the Weller Special Reserve, which is going to be a wheated bourbon, but I wanted to include those in the event that these are available or readily available in your area. You kind of can't go wrong for price-wise, of really maybe no more than, let's say, $40. I mean, maybe some of the Weller stuff can be a little bit pricier. Same thing with the Eagle Rare 10-year, just from an availability standpoint. But overall, they still offer, I'll say, nice little profiles for the price. Again, all based on availability. Now, let's talk a little bit more about a couple of bourbons that are going to be very readily available. From Green River, you've got both the wheated bourbon and the rye-based bourbon. Again, both of them readily available, both at or around $35. And I think for what Green River does and the bourbons that they really put out, they've done a really fantastic job of creating a fantastic profile, still even at a lower proof. I think the proof to kind of flavor ratio here is a little bit more skewed, because I think you're getting a little bit more from these bourbons than you may from some other 90 proof bourbons. So, again, I had mentioned at 90 proof, around $35, again, give or take, based on your area, but 2 incredible 90 proof bourbons that I don't think you can go wrong with at all. And I would highly encourage you that if you've either never had it at 90 proof, give both of these a try. They're fantastic. They even have a 90 proof rye that's just as great as well. But this being a bourbon video, we left it at that. So there you go, both 90 proof, both wheated bourbon and rye-based bourbon from Green River. All right, next up on the list, nothing. Now we've got something. So as you can see here, I've actually just gave this bottle, the Evan Williams 1783, to my dad. Again, 90 proof bourbon. I had a little bit of this. I gave it to him because he needed something to either sip on or have some cocktails, and I loaned him the bottle. I'm never going to see that again. But again, the Evan Williams 1783, great bottle, probably even sub 20 in most areas. Again, from a heritage brand from Heaven Hill, Evan Williams 1783, an absolutely incredible bourbon. As I mentioned, less than probably $20, readily available just about everywhere. Great profile. I think it's a great bottle to have really at all times. And again, if you're just someone looking for a little bit of that kind of, bourbon profile on a night that maybe you just don't want to be destroyed by proof. The Evan Williams 1783 is for me, a must-have bottle at your house. Now I just have to get mine back from my dad. All right, next up, Jim Beam Black Label 7 years. I'll tell you what, when this thing first came out, there was a lot of kind of hype, I think, built up around it. And it ultimately ended up being, I think, worthy of that. I think this being, again, at 90 proof, readily available now, it's just got that classic Jim Beam profile, all at a minimum of 7 years old, probably $25-ish, give or take. Great profile that this thing has on it. Really nice oaks, great spice, a little bit of kind of chocolate. Does have a little bit of that kind of Jim Beam nuttiness characteristics that they're kind of typical or known for. But overall, it's a great bourbon, not only from a sipping standpoint, because I think the profile is darker and richer. That allows for, even at 90 proof, all of that to kind of still, hold up. And this is what having a really nice, I guess I'll say well-aged, bourbon at a minimum of 7 years old at right around $25 can kind of give you. If you want to utilize that for cocktails as well, it's price friendly enough, to do that. But overall, I think if you haven't tried the Jim Beam Black, specifically the 7 year, definitely do it. I think it's worth having at your home really at all times. And again, if you're not looking to get blown away by proof on any particular evening, this will offer up a great value to kind of flavor profile value. So there you go. There is the Jim Beam Black 7 year, just sitting there ready for you to buy. All right, so here we are, last but definitely not least, Russell Reserve 10 year. I'll tell you what, I don't know if they're in a 90 proof category, there's a better bottle out there. Now, what I had kind of referenced and showed you guys today, all fantastic bourbons, this being included. They're all gonna have a little bit of a different profile, but what I've tried to find as much as possible were bourbons that at 90 proof still held up from a sipping standpoint. I try to look at all of these lists first from that standpoint of, are these bourbons that are worthy of pouring neat and enjoying? If you want to pour it over a cube or whatever, hey, more power to you. But I'm looking at it from a standpoint of sipping on these things neat. And if secondary, you want to use them in cocktails, that's perfectly fine as well. But what you get with the Russell's 10 year, again, at 90 proof, you're getting a great age. You're getting, I think, still a decent proof. You've got the availability factor of this stuff being absolutely everywhere. You have almost the perfect 90 proof bourbon that you could kind of ask for, I guess. You've got age on its side. You've got price on its side of maybe 30, 35 bucks max, it seems like, with these things. Availability is everywhere. So all of those kind of factor in, makes this just a tremendous, tremendous bourbon and value from that standpoint. So that is why I definitely had to have it. Again, this is in really no order, but if I was gonna buy any of these in any particular order, I'd probably rank or rate the Russell's 10 probably right at or near the very top of this list. So there you go. In terms of maybe a profile on this, you might get some soft fruit notes, some cherries, nice oak, good spice on these always. This is where, for me, it just holds up in terms of that flavor to value standpoint. So again, the Russell's 10 is a must have at your bar, I think, at all times. So there you go. There are a good handful plus of what I'm going to think of as some absolutely fantastic 90 proof bourbons that for the most part are readily available, maybe excluding a couple of these guys here. But overall, if you're able to find any one of these, you're doing a fantastic job. I think they're all going to serve exactly what it is you're looking for in a particular 90 proof bourbon. And a lot of these are going to kind of punch well above their weight classes in terms of flavor. So there you have it. There are my list of 5 best and available 90 proof bourbons. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Greatly appreciate it. Now here's the thing. let me know what your 5 are. If I didn't mention one of your favorites on here, leave a comment below. Let me know and let everybody else know, maybe what should have been included within this. I know there are a couple of other 90 proofers out there that were some fantastic ones that I didn't have bottles of that I've tried before. Maybe even the Pendleton 10. That's a fantastic bottle as well. So, there's a bunch of them out there. Let me know in the comments below, your 10. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Greatly appreciate it. As always, if you'd like to follow me again on Facebook and Instagram, those places at My Bourbon Journey. If you'd like to help support the channel and become part of the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, make sure you check out that Patreon link in the description below. So again, with all of that being said, thank you guys so much. And as always, it's about the journey and not the destination. I need something to cheer with. Cheers. We'll see you in the next video.
Get out the way, I've been feeling myself. I've been trying to keep it all on track. I can tell you took your time. I've been thumbing through your gram like that. Bring my energy back, girl, you're something like the sunlight. Girl, you're something like the sunshine.